Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Don't know that I've done a reading for you before, so I'd like to just explain real quick how it kind of works. I see, hear, feel, sense, know. They talk to me. They also show me pictures, and I call it spiritual charades. So I'll try to describe the picture that they show best that I can. They will not give me all the details. Details are none of my business. He'll give me just enough so you understand what he's talking about, hopefully. So if it doesn't make any sense now, just keep it in mind. You'll either see it later, remember it later, or somebody else will validate it for you later and go, I know what he's talking about. So this is not an exact science. We communicate the best way we can. Sometimes you got to stretch it outside the box a little bit. It's his show. He knows best what he needs to say. So I'm going to leave it up to Christopher. He's over here bugging me. He's saying, she can see me, she can see me, she can see me. He's not showing me that you've seen him. He just keeps saying, she can see me, she can see me. And he's like all over me. Like, brrr. She can see me, something about boots on the ground, boots. So, I don't know if you have a pair of his boots or if he's being a little vague because he needs to calm down for a second. A little jittery. He's too excited. Do you have a pair of his boots or a pair of his boots that are still sitting in the same place that he left them in the house? Watch for them to move. If it's not his boots, it's your boots, but he's making me feel like it's his boots. Watch for them to move. They could be sitting like this, and the next time they're like this. One of them's like that or something. Because he's saying boots on the ground. There's something of his, and I don't know how long he's been gone. There's something of his that occasionally you smell. That you physically smell it. Trying to keep the smell of him, whatever that smell is in that piece of clothing. You will not only smell it when you put it up to your nose physically, but you will also smell it in your car, outside, in your house. Doesn't matter where you're at, and you'll get a whiff, that same smell. And when you get that smell, that's him stopping in to say, hey, I'm here, checking in on you, I love you. Validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs if you want more signs. That's your free will choice. Oh, now he's not saying anything. Hang on. He's getting very solemn. He's calmed his energy down. He's getting very solemn. And he's saying, I'm sorry, over and over and over. He's not sorry for himself. He's sorry for what he did to you. He's sorry. He's sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Sorry for what I did to you. I'm sorry. He says part of your healing will be you get to the point where you're not pissed off at him anymore, where you're not madder than hell at him anymore for leaving, for doing this to you, for the whole ball of wax. He says ball of wax. And that's a normal process. Like I said, I don't know how long he's been gone, but that's kind of a normal process to go through the mad part. But he says he says she just fucking pissed off at me. And he said, and I deserve it. I'm sorry. I should have thought more about others. He says, when you get past the rage, when you get to the point where you can forgive him, then you will start finding peace. Then you will feel more of the love that you two had for each other. Instead of the, I want to beat your ass for doing this to me. He hears you yell at him. I promise you 1,000% he can hear you, he can see you. He hears it. I used sometimes he goes like this, like, okay, that's enough. I asked my medium friend, I said, so does Bob hear me? She goes, yeah, until you get to going too much. And he goes, whoop, shuts you off for a little bit. They're always listening. I should have stayed there to protect you. I cheated the system. The system he's talking about is before we come here, at least this is what they've taught me. We decide our exit point. Not always exactly how we're going to exit, but when we're going to exit. Why? I don't know. It can be when you're 1 day old. It can be when you're 100 years old. Whatever that timeline is, it can waver a little bit depending on what's going on with the people around you. But it's going to happen in that time frame. I don't know. He cheated the system. He left before he was supposed to. And it's okay. There's no judgment. There's no judgment. I don't care what people say. You don't go to hell. There's no judgment. There's only love. There's only forgiveness. There's only cleansing. There's only healing. And he feels like you need to know that. He's saying something about where did that car go? He didn't say his car. He didn't say your car. He said, where did that car go? C-A-R. And I don't know why he would say that, because they can see what's going on down here. So whatever car he's talking about, he knows where it went. But he's asking you. Or you're wondering. Maybe you're wondering where that car went. He gave me a chill. And yet it was warm. It wasn't cold, but it was like he came up behind me and he blew on my neck. So you feel that warm breath on the back of your neck somewhere. But it made me go, boo. Know that that's him. Validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, ask him to bring you more. If you want more, that's your free will choice. He says you can't keep secrets from him anymore. He said, but he kept your secrets. So evidently he kept some of your secrets and didn't rat you out to the family on some stuff. And that's a nice brotherly thing to do. Most of them like to rat their sister out. He said, you knew that there was something going on. You knew there was something going on. And it wasn't your place to step in. No matter what you think. Say it again. It was not your place to step in. It was not going to be that way. He mentions a herald. We stink at names. Don't know why. I used to get them exact. So it's a male with an H-A name. He's acknowledging An older male. I don't, well, when I say older, do I mean older than me? Obviously older than him. Somebody that's still here. He's acknowledging for some reason. He has a grandma with him. Could be a great grandma, but he's saying grandma, and she's pulling fresh apple pie out of the oven. This is somebody you would know. I always tell people that the little old lady next door can feel more like your grandma than your real blood grandmother across the country. This feels like a grandma. So know when you get the smell of that fresh apple pie. Don't know if that will be from him or just her. Again, validate, acknowledge, tell them you love them, ask them to bring you more. Oh, that looks good. I must be hungry. But he's in the kitchen with her. So, but I can't tell if he knew her here, if this is a great grandmother. Anyway, it's a grandmother type person. So know when you get that smell anywhere, fresh apple pie. Doesn't count if you go to a bakery. That's not the same thing. He's showing you writing. You're sitting at a table or a desk or something and you're doing, like, you've got your head down and you're really focused on this writing. Are you going back to school? Writing something. And he's trying to validate it's him. He says, keep it up. It's what you need to do. Oh, he's also saying you should write some of these feelings down. You should write some of these feelings down, and that's two different things. Write them down, burn them. Write some of your hate, your anger, your pissed off shit. Wad it up, burn it, release it. Might have to do it more than once. I know I end up pulling mine back in when I do something like that. I go, shit, there's some of it still there. Do it again. Burn it. Imagine the smoke being sent to the angels for them to transform that energy into something beautiful. No, it sounds silly, but it truly works. And there are angels waiting there to help you. He says, please do not be sad for me. Do not be sad about anything in my life for me. Because I don't feel that way about my life. I had a good life. I had big potential. But it's okay. So please let me hold those things because they're mine. They're not yours. So don't be sad for my part. That's my part. You need to take care of you. I can help you. I will help you. So whatever your brother was good at when he was here, you can ask him for help with that. Even now. I always tell people, Uncle Joe didn't have a pot to piss in. Don't ask Uncle Joe when he gets up there for help with finances down here because he doesn't know how it works. So whatever your brother was good at, ask him for help. Ask him. He cannot override your free will choice. You have to ask, and then you have to be ready to accept, receive what comes forward. It could be a phone call from somebody. It could be somebody offering you a job or whatever it is you're needing help with down there. And he can truly help open some doors. And he can also help, he says he can help support you in ways that you couldn't imagine. I love you. I shouldn't have picked on you so much. But that's what brothers and sisters do. Go charge forward and do something awesome with your life. Something somebody's trying to do in memory of him, like if somebody's setting up a foundation, a fund, something with his name on it, something good, maybe a scholarship for kids or something with his name on it. And he's acknowledging that. It may not be set up yet, but it might be in the works. He's very proud of you. Very proud of you. Hold your head up. Quit putting your chin down. Hold your head up. You are a remarkable person. He says, your soul is soft and sweet. Don't be run over by people. Don't be too soft and sweet. Don't be a pushover. He's showing me a young blonde girl, close to his age, slim, pretty, longer, kind of wavy hair, or at least that's the way it's styled, the way he's showing me. Somebody that he cares very deeply for. I can't feel the relationship. He's not saying whether it's you. I don't ever creep anybody's Facebook page ahead of time. It messes up my little logical mind, which there isn't much of. I don't know if this is you, or if this was like a girlfriend. Somebody that he has very strong feelings for, and still does, still loves very much. Feels like a partner. So even if this is you, he felt that close. He's not distinguishing. It's his ball game. It's his show. And there's a large dog that is here. He's showing me this girl petting this dog. Large, short-haired, I can't see all of it, dog. Lighter colored, kind of a brownish, tannish, short-haired, maybe with some black markings on its ears because I can only see so much of it for some reason. I don't know why he's showing the picture this way. There's my spiritual charades. So whoever has this dog, watch this dog. Animals and small children, see them, hear them, no problem. Everybody's had an imaginary friend, whether you remember it or not. So watch this dog. The dog wags its laying there and it looks up and wags its tail and there's nothing there because it sees him. It barks at the corner. There's nothing there because it sees him. It's funny because he just seems so calm, cool, collected, knowledgeable. But he's making me feel like he was that way when he was here too. There's no confusion. There's like he's the same now as he was here, but he was just fine. He's not telling me how or why he left. And I actually asked him not to show me that anymore because I saw they would show me exactly how somebody passed. and I just cried too much. So I asked not to do that anymore. But it's like he walked through a door and he was gone. It was just like that's what he showed me, and he's the same as he was then. It's I don't know. It's kind of weird, different. Like I'm just the same. I was this way down there. I just walked through the door and left. So I'm not sure what he means by that. Just like, just love me as I am. I am what I am. Just love me as I am. He says, be careful what you wish for. He's not saying in what aspect he means that by. Be careful what you wish for. Your wishes do become reality. And that's actually how you manifest. That's how I manifested my new truck. Kind of, that's a simple way of putting it. Don't be afraid of the dark. Because the light will come back on. I have no clue what he's talking about. And he's showing the light switch. Don't be afraid of the dark. And then he flips the light because the light will come back on. I don't think he's talking about a sign, but I'm going to go ahead and say it. I think that's more, I don't think philosophical is the word I want to say. I don't know what word I want to use. But watch for your lights to blink. He's showing flipping a light switch. So watch for your light. You might leave the room and come back in, the light might be on, or your lamp might flicker, or anything like that. Anything to do with the light going off and on or flickering or anything. Again, if he does that, validate him, acknowledge him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more signs. I feel like that's more of a soul. I don't know. I don't know what word to use. I don't want to put the wrong word in on it. Send you somewhere you're not supposed to go with that thought. He's not explaining. Now he's standing back behind me, and he's kind of picking through the back of my hair. It's like I just got my hair colored yesterday. I don't know what he's doing back there. So that if a fly lands on this spiky stuff, I can feel it. So you should feel that something moving around. It might feel like a bug crawling, it might feel like your hair is moving just in one spot. Know that that's him. That's him. He's like, he says he feels like like a monkey, where they get the other monkey in front of him and they pick the bugs off of him and eat them. He's laughing. He says that's what it feels like. I love you. Please don't be mad at me. He's being cleansed, so that part of you being mad isn't really hurting him, other than it's something he might hang on to a little longer. He said it's hurting you. It's something for you that you need to do. And he can help you with that if you ask him. I am forever grateful that you were my sister. I chose you, and I would choose you again. And then he just went totally silent. Okay, so he's going, peace out. I'm leaving. I will be around. I'm very close. Just talk to him, ask him to bring you signs, give him permission, tell him he's welcome wherever you're at, or however you want to do it. Just talk to him. Promise you we can hear you. Promise you will start seeing. Let's say you're sitting watching a game. You go, hey, did you see that touchdown? And you're talking to him. You will get some kind of a response in a weird way. You might think it's a weird way. Something that'll pop up, or you hear somebody say his name, and they're talking to somebody else. It doesn't matter how it happens. And with that, he's leaving. I don't know that he gave us a lot to validate that it's him, but I hope there's something in there so you know for sure that it's him. Much love to you, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator, voice for your loved ones. Later. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice.